Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm going to rant about... You would think that something like this would never come. You would think this is something that Babylon Bee would have thought. You would think... No. Really, you would think this was an actual parody, a satire, a joke. I wish that were true as well, but turns out the Snowflakes strike back. Classic films given stricter classifications for today's timid audience. From MSN and from The Telegraph. MSN is the aggregator and The Telegraph is the one who published it. Classic films including Rocky, Star Wars and Flash Gordon have been given higher classifications by the censors amid fears that they will upset the so-called Snowflake generation. The British Board of Film Classification, BBFC, has uprated the films largely to 12A, which means that no child under the age of 12 can see the movie unless accompanied by an adult. English is hard. Most were previously parental guidance, or its precursor, A, which are classed as suitable for young children to watch alone, but must not contain scenes that unsettle a child age 8 or over. Well, considering that a snowflake generation, you definitely need to watch those movies with parental guidance. Someone older, wiser, at least with a bit of a brain, or maybe someone a millennial, a snowflake with bigger balls, should go on and cuddle.
Oh, don't worry, he said a naughty word.
And they need to do that. Or, I don't know what were they thinking, but... Okay. Alright, even the 1936 classic The Showboat, which was hailed as a progressive critique of racial injustice at the time, yes, even that has fallen. Has fallen foul of the changing social standards and increased sensitivity of race after the killing of the fentanyl Floyd in the US. From being rated a U, suitable for children age 4 and over, it was last year reclassified as a 12, largely because of the racist language used in the film. Imagine being triggered by history. No. Imagine being so sensitive, so goddamn fucking fragile, that you're triggered by a 1936 movie over words. Imagine being so fragile that you choose to be offended. No, you could have chosen something else. You could have chosen to be smart. You could have chosen to have balls. You could have chosen to have a backbone. No. You chose instead to be fucking offended. Don't you have something better to do than being offended? Don't you have a job? Don't you have money to earn? Don't you have something else in your life than to be offended? Dude, you must be the pinnacle of privilege. No, really, bear with me. You must be the person choosing to be offended over any of those things must be the pinnacle of privilege. For instance, I'm having to deal with increased prices for electricity bills, lack of food, lack of other things. But no, you chose to be offended over it. Wait for it, over words, over a scene in a movie. No, you have to be so privileged that being offended is something you choose to do, because no, you don't have to worry about going hungry. You don't have to worry to make your ends meet in a shithole country. No, you don't have to actually hunt for your food. No, none of those things. No, none of that. You chose to be offended because, well, it's first world privilege. Jesus Christ. Let's see. The last year classified 12 legendary races. Okay, I already read that. Yes, even Rocky and Flash Gordon did not escape. Just wait for it. There's even worse down at the bottom. The BBFC said it was simply reflecting changing social standards, which translates into guidelines for its teams of censors after conducting surveys of public opinion based on the 10,000-strong consultation. Holy moly fucking shithole of a moly. Its most recent research found a heightened sense of anxiety, especially among young audiences, over the depictions of real-world scenarios which they were concerned could happen to them. Behavior cited were terrorism, seppuku, self-harm, and discrimination. However, David Green, director of think tank Civitas, said film risked becoming another casualty of cancel culture. He's absolutely 100% correct. Just wait for it. In a couple of years, if this cancel culture is not tackled, if these offended fucking morons are not handled properly, they'll be upping even more those numbers. Soon what used to be PG will be 18 plus. Because a fucking moron getting choosing to be offended. Oh my god. I've eaten in my 10th bucket of KFC today, and I have nothing else to do. Oh, I'm gonna watch some movie and get offended. And then I'm gonna e-bag on Patreon. Oh. Go suck on a cock. No, suck my cock and choke on it. Anyway, the censors have lost sight of the sound moral message that these films had at the time and allowed themselves to be distracted by modern sensibilities towards victimhood and grievance. Rocky, which starred Sylvester Stallone as a small-time club fighter who gets a shot at the World Championship, was classified as A by BBFC in 1976 and has been PG on video ever since. Well, imagine that. You coming out of a poor background, somebody who is absolutely poor, and then finally achieving something in life. And then reaching up the heights, Rocky, World Championship and things like that. That's offensive because the fat fucking fuckers are too busy eating their 13 fucking bucket of KFC and getting fat. So they get offended at somebody actually achieving their dreams. So they still get offended and they decide to censor everything. Go suck on a cock, you fucking bastards. Anyway, the sci-fi fantasy Flash Gordon, also classified as an A and as a PG for video, was also upgraded to a 12A because of its modern violence, language, sex references, and discriminatory stereotypes. Probably has something to do with, I don't know, a family of white people joining together. Or because they have some pew-pew. Now, that's absolutely fucking insane. Anyway, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, originally a PG, has been extended as a result being reclassified as a 12A for its moderate fantasy violence and threat. Are you shitting me? Even Lord of the fucking Rings? But here it is. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back was classified from U to PG because of its moderate violence and mild threat. Are you shitting me? In his report, David Austin, BBFC chief executive, said the issue of discrimination is one of the core issues set out in our guidelines, and in 2020, the tragic death of Anthony Floyd and the subsequent BLM protests showed how important it is that discrimination be tackled and flagged up wherever it occurs. The 1936 film version of the musical Showboat, which many people considered to be progressive in its depiction of race relations and racial injustice at the time of its original release, which we rated you at the time, came to us again in 2020 on video. Sorry, I'm having allergy attacks. See, those are the problems you should be offended by. Getting allergy attacks. No, you chose to be offended by words. Holy fuck. Some of the language, behavior, and stereotypes are not defensible at you under current guidelines, but given the historical context and dated nature of the work, we could accommodate the film at PG for outdated racist stereotypes and discriminatory language behavior. However, the extra feature included several examples of racist language, necessitating a 12 rating. Extra face though. On the other hand, two films, The Karate Kid and the first and Fast and Furious series, went the other way, downgraded from 15 to 12. Oh, that's a miracle! Due to infrequent strong language and moderate violence and sex references. I'm starting to kind of miss the old Neopuritanism. No, I'm starting to miss the old school Puritanism because the Neopuritans are actually factually fucking worse. Fucking worse than the old school Puritans. At least the old school Puritans, they didn't even have you can see here the ratings. They're upgrading fucking old movies that were nothing burgers back in the day in regards to language or classification to something else today because somebody got fucking offended. You gotta be fucking shitting me. Anyway, enough with me ranting. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here and goddamn fucking youtube.com/Jester. Or if you want more spicy content, head to bitchute.com/Jester and minds.com/Jester. It even has a goddamn fucking thumbnail. Exclusive thumbnail. Yes, you're gonna enjoy it. Anyway, I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching. Have a great fucking night.